Ladies and gentlemen, people will panic to find a phone charger before their phone dies, but most traders will not panic to find a plan before their dream dies. We're going to talk about trading. Is trading success? What is trading success? How do you really get there? Well, Wall Street lied to you because they tell you it's a destination. A destination meaning like you could almost put it within your car. You could just go in, type in an address, and boom, that's your destination. You're there. Trading success is not a destination, and I'm sick and tired of the people selling it to you as such. Trading success is actually a journey of yourself, and we're going to talk about how you accomplish that. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Oh my God, you actually read this entire thing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good looks. It's often said that trading success comes when, you prepare and it meets the opportunity. And now opportunities will undoubtedly within the trading world present themselves with time. But how are you treating yourself through all of the time spent in preparation for accomplishing your goals in the meantime? Are you giving yourself um, credit for the work and energy it takes to become a successful trader? Most traders like to beat themselves up because most traders are psychologically toxic. Take a trader, and I see it all the time now. Take a trader who basically, makes 500 bucks and they'll mention that if they held the trade, they could have made 2,000 or 3,000, and then all of a sudden they suffer FOMO. You beat yourself up when you lose. You're a bad trader. You're stupid. You're undisciplined. And when you win, you could have made more. You could have done better. You're constantly beating the shit out of yourself. A major aspect of the success equation has to do with being actually good to yourself. Treating yourself with kindness and encouragement along your trading journey is important because you need to really celebrate all the victories, especially the small ones, on the journey towards fulfilling your dreams. It all begins with actually recognizing that you are actually right now as I speak, you are a successful trader right now. And your successes can only go up from here. And you might be sitting there saying, "Well, I'm not making money. How does that make me successful?" Well, ladies and gentlemen, simply having the determination to pursue your happiness, your goals as a trader, and your dreams is a massive success in itself. The fact that you're actually pursuing it is actually the true first step of the journey of trading success, not the destination. It takes an incredible amount of courage to wake your ass up every morning and keep moving and keep motivating yourself to work towards that life you've always wanted to live. The preparation part of the success equation, your journey, should be celebrated. For success is not simply a destination. Success is not something that we arrive at one day. Success has everything to do with your individual day to day choices, actions, experiences, no matter how big or small they are, no matter how much you even interpret them as negative, because I promise you right now, that if you actually sit and think about your actual losses, I promise you there's a silver lining behind it. Behind all that pain, behind that big loss, behind the tilt. I promise you. I'll explain. Don't worry, I'm not done speaking. Success has to do with being true to who you are. Not that guru, not him, her, not that guru, not that trading course, not me, not anyone, you. You are the person who needs to be true to you, and how you choose to respond to every circumstance that occurs in your life is how you are going to define success. Remember that feeling successful has much to do with how you personally define success. So let me ask you guys right now in the room, how do you define success? Tell me. Write it in. Do you define it as having more money in your life? More money, more recognition, more material items? Do you define success according to other people's standards? Or do you define success as feeling happy and content as a trader with who you are as a trader, being happy with your choices and being grateful for all that you have in your life today? If you aim to shift your focus from thinking of success as being something that is like always out of your reach or something which involves constantly wanting or needing more or keeping up with other people or even the Kardashians for that, matter, and focus instead on being grateful and happy for who you are and what you have right now. And then all of a sudden there's so much to be grateful for. I find it funny how certain traders, it's kind of a funny thing, should you get outside your comfort zone? And it's sort of a double-sided question. It's a double-sided question because part of it I want to say, no, you shouldn't get out of your comfort zone because if your comfort zone is making money consistently, why the F would you ever get out of it? And if your comfort zone is doing things that keep bringing you down and dragging you down and giving you a bunch of those really deep red tilt days, then you're damn effing right you need to step out of your comfort zone. Whatever it is that you might be going through right now in the market, regardless of how challenging it may be, there is always something to be thankful for. And once you realize what you're thankful for, that's actually going to rewire your brain to actually try to help tilt prevention and actually try to discover better ways to make money. There's a point of doing this. The point isn't, I used to, I'm from Brooklyn, which basically means it's hard for me to believe things that I cannot see with my own eyes. I used to grow up as I'll just tell you, like even 10 years into my trading, I would see these motivational speakers and they would have like these plastic smiles on and they would just fill your head with bullshit. And I just thought to myself, oh God, they're not really that happy. Come on, look at life. You can't really be walking around like this all the time. And I was skeptical of it. I was really skeptical of it. I didn't believe what I was listening to. But little did I know was that is actually the right mentality towards success. And what if you can be grateful for the little trades, for who you are when you make these small profitable trades and fully appreciate your individuality, something that Wall Street says is not existent. You're pretty much, we could take 4 or 5 buckets, swing trader, scalper, this overnight, this bullshit earnings trader, and we could throw you in a bucket and that's who you are all of a sudden. That's how Wall Street thinks of you. But if you can actually fully appreciate your individuality as a trader and all that you have in your life right now, which is an account in which you can trade, do the very best that you can with what you have now, while at the same time striving towards becoming an even better version of yourself than you were yesterday. That is why it's so, how many people, it's so funny. I was speaking to this Newsbeat member, forgot the person's name, was in the room a couple years ago, and I remember I was talking to him, and it was like, you know what? I don't like taking these little 10, 20, 30 cent scalps, tells me. It's actually still in the room today. Just realized. Okay. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. I don't like taking these 25, 10, 25, 30, 40, 50 cents gains. I'm here to make dollars, he tells me. I'm like, okay. Well, how you doing? Well, I had this streak where I was making money for months, and then the market changed and turned, and then I wasn't able to make money during this entire month and this entire month, and everything got hard. Then I keep giving the money back, and I'm lower now. I turned an account from I'm guesstimating. I think it was like 100,000 to like 500,000, and now he's at like $80,000. Like gave it all back and 20% more. And he's devastated. He's just absolutely devastated because he was always swinging for the fences. And when the market went up and kept going up, when you swing for the fences, you could hit it out of the park like nobody's business. I get that. When the market gets a little choppy and you swing for the fences, when the balls aren't coming right down the middle of the plate, when you're being thrown curveballs and sliders and all these interesting baseball reference throws from the pitcher, it becomes a lot harder to hit. Yet, there you are swinging the bat as hard as you can. So I talked to him, and he's like, that's not the trader I am. I'm a trader who makes dollars. And I stopped and I said to him, and he was really down, depressed. He was going to quit trading. He was going to go back to his 9 to 5 job. And he would have made, decent money from the 9 to 5, but he's like, he was going back, but he was like depressed. He wanted to leave the 9 to 5. I get it. And some people go back and they do both still. What, like, I get it. But he was like really taking it hard. So I was like, you know what? You say you're not a person there to make 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. You say that's not what you're there to make. And I'm like, who made up that rule? He's like, what? I'm like, who made up that rule? I don't know. Who made up that effing rule that that's not who you are? Did you go to effing Diane Warwick in the psychic networks? Did you look in a mirror and there was a tattoo splattered on your forehead? Where the F did you come up with those words? Oh, throw them off guard. I start getting a little never agitated. Teaching through tonality. I don't know. It's not what I like to do. Not what you like to do. Who the F ever told you that's what you not? How do you know you don't like to do that? And have you ever done it before? Have you ever set your goals for that? No. So how the F do you know that you don't like it? Then he stopped and he started thinking. That's the person who needs to step out of his comfort zone. So he ended up changing. He ended up trading, and you know, I don't look at his bank account, but he's a 7-figure trader now. And like I said, I don't look at his bank account. So and he thanks me to this day for having that conversation with him. And I stop and I think to myself, how the F do you know what you like if you don't try it? I almost feel like my son sometimes doesn't like to try like a new food. So I'm like, hey, you want a piece of this? He's like, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, how do you know? You never tried it. If you're having hard, I love these people who are losing money trying to make dollars and dollars out of their trades. If you can't consistently make dimes and quarters, why on earth are you trying to make dollars? Do you think it's easier to make a quarter than a dollar? How many people think it's easier to make a quarter over a dollar? I know, you might say, oh, it sounds so obvious. Well, effing answer the question then. So why do you think that you have to be the person who makes dollars instead of dimes and quarters? Now, the people who make dimes and quarters, I mean, aiming for dimes and quarters, there are people having low to mid 6-figure months making dimes and quarters. I mean, there's nothing wrong with aiming for modest profit, is the point I'm making. And if you set your standards lower, this isn't dating where you drink beer to sort of set your standards lower. Got my wife drunk, it worked for me, but that's a different story. Best bottle of wine I've ever purchased. But point being, you don't know what you actually like until you try it. If you aim to shift your focus from thinking of success as something that's achievable and something that you can do, something that you could have faith and always believe that you will achieve anything that you set out to do, you're going to do it. Because what I have realized in my 22 years of trading, in my 14 years of being a guru, is that I believe that every single one of you can be a consistently profitable trader. You guys are literally living miracles. There's no one else in the world like you. Start to view yourself and the world and your trading today as being miraculous and trust that you will create anything that you set out and do. As Albert Einstein said, there are only two ways to live your life, is what Albert Einstein said. One of them is like me, to stick your finger in an electric socket and have hair like this. He didn't say that. But this is what he did say. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. That's what Albert Einstein said. How do you want to live your life? Do you want to be like, we're just some stupid, weird, bacterial, evolved, microbe evolved species on this spinning blue marble going around the sun? Or do you want to actually stop and say, you know what? I know I can do something well. You know how many people have told me, have reached out to me, who are literally trading less than 3 minutes a day in this market as a bandit? You know how many people reached out to me saying, Mark, I'm making money on the one and done. It's what I do best. I'm trading 3 minutes. I'm shutting off my computer. Literally shutting off my computer. It's happening. It's literally happening still. Every day I am finding a one and done on my 9 chart list. You think it sounds crazy? You think it sounds crazy? How many of you think it sounds crazy to trade that short for a day, but really have a strategy that works? How many of you think it's crazy? Think it's crazy? All right. Let me show you something. So, okay. Just as one example, Facebook. If I was a prop trader, this is what I would be doing. With buying power, I can't legally tell you what to do. Literally. Here's the first 1 minute of Apple. You buy through the first 1 minute high, bang, home run. 309.85 to 310.94. It goes up $1.09 in 1 minute. That's it. That's your trade. I'm not talking about the fact that it kept running. I don't give a shit about the fact that it kept running up. You want to know what I care about? I literally have just these two bars. Apple gaps up. It's on Melnick's radar. One and done long. Bang, done. We literally have a bandit room, which you'll be hearing a lot more about on Thursday, where you get our service for literally an hour. Most people literally don't need the full 60 minutes. They literally need 2 of those 60 minutes or 3. They're done. I mean, imagine having an account. Imagine having a $10,000 account with options. And you go ahead and for whatever reason on a Friday, for whatever reason, you just buy the 310 calls, the ones right out of the money, expiring that day. I can't legally tell you to trade anything. And you go ahead and you buy the 310 calls when it breaks 309.85. You have a $5,000 account. You know what you do? You want to take a quick scalp on a couple $1,000s. You literally want to be in a $2,000 trade for 5, 10, 20, 30 seconds. 40 seconds. Maybe less. What you do is you go ahead and you buy those 310 calls, and all of a sudden, because it's Facebook on a Friday, all of a sudden your $2,000 bet, you made $1,000 on a $5,000 account. You're at $6,000. 2 minutes have gone by, not even. You shut off your computer and you lie to your girlfriend or wife and pretend that you're working while you're playing Call of Duty or, Magic the Gathering Arena or Dota 2 or whatever game that you probably suck at that you want to impress your friends with. You pick your nose, you go out fishing, you spend time with your kids. I don't give a shit what you do with your time. I do give a shit what you do with those 2 minutes of your time. That I do care about. I mean, don't do drugs and don't go partying with boof. We we all know that. But pretty much look. You got your first 2 minutes to make your day. And just so we're clear, I'm using Facebook as a stupid example, and I want you to know that there are many names in which you could trade. It doesn't need to be a Facebook. And in real time, I'm calling out the trades that I'm looking to do one and dones on. I'm calling them out. And you know what? There are a million other trades I take as well. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest ways not to take a big loss is to not be in a trade for a long time. I know. Oh, it's scalping. It has such a negative connotation. Do you think it's possible with 98% of traders failing out there? I mean, not statistically from what I've seen in the Newsbeat live room. Not a room where 3/4 of the people say they're consistently profitable when I ask them. Not this room, but other rooms out there. When I go ahead and I ask them, you know, do you think that Wall Street is lying to you? Really? I mean, open your own eyes. I literally did a video on inflation effects to prove to you how how illogically stupid people are when it comes to inflation. And again, I say, don't take my word for it. It's right here on Google. All right, look, I type in inflation effects on Google. I'm going to just copy the top things here and I'm going to put it in a notepad so you could see it. I'm going to put it in a notepad so you can see it. Check it out. You want to know what and I did a video on this, 9 common effects of inflation. Check this one out. Raises the cost of borrowing, lowers the cost of borrowing, reduces unemployment. Oh, that's good. Oh, reduces employment and reduces growth, but it increases growth as well. Do you think anybody out there, you think Wall Street has an effing clue what they're talking about? Or do you feel they are pulling everything out of their ass? It's a question, it's not a statement. You can believe what you want. I feel they have no idea what the F they're talking about. Erodes purchasing power, encourages spending, investing, causes more inflation. Is the 9 common effects of inflation. It causes more inflation. Ah ha 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 ha. So do you think in a world where all these smiling bullshit gurus, yeah, man, I destroy the lives of people. Do you think that they're doing something wrong? Or do you really believe that you're really undisciplined and you're a bad trader? I don't believe that for 1 second. I think that there's a successful trader in you. I truly believe it with all my heart. That is why I do what I do. I believe there's a successful trader in you, and I believe that you need to do that journey where you figure out who you are. And I want to take you and show you how to go on that journey. I slip a little peyote inside your tea, you drink it, I send you out naked in the woods, and you come back 3 days later a changed person. Doesn't work like that yet, but maybe one day. We will help you discover who you are as a trader. Believe me, all you want to do is make money and not put in a lot of. You don't need to learn everything in the market. You don't need to learn all the stuff that Wall Street teaches you. It fails, rounded up to the nearest 2 or 3%, it fails 100% of people. 100%. Any course that you have taken out there, any guru you followed out there, rounded up to a very small percent, like less than 10, like round up to the nearest 10, 100% of them fail. Everyone around them, all of them, 100%. Now, maybe I'm supposed to just smile and play ball with the industry. I know that's what the industry wants me to do. They want me to smile, give you a little grin, and tell you what you need to do. And that's follow everything I say and nothing else, otherwise you'll fail. That's a lie. You need to do you. How? I don't know who you are. You're all different. You're all individuals. You're all unique. You're not all bundled up as Wall Street does. I know that's easier to pitch you, to say that you're all the same. I know how easy it makes my life because then I just teach you one thing and everyone does it, and the people who it sticks with will be very few, and the people who fail, they fail. But hey, you're all paying, right? I get it. I will go above and beyond to ensure that whatever you're going through right now, that I am going to try to grab your hand, which is reaching out of drowning waters into the endless abyss. I will stick my hand down, grab your arm, and try to pull you out. That's what I do. I do it very well. I do it very well. And with the Newsbeat live room around me and the support system that we have around us here, we're second to nobody in the industry. We're second to no one. We have the best group of traders in the industry, period. Ask anybody around here in the room. Ask the traders who, even ask the minority who are struggling. Ask them. Ask them. Don't, not just whoever's making a shitload of money. Yeah, I know what they'll say. Ask them. Come in the room and ask them. Say, who's having a hard time? What kind of room is this? Ask them. Come in and ask them. There's links in the description. I will get you to that next level, no matter what. But you want something for free first. Okay. How about how to overcome psychological toxicity in your trading? Click the link in the video description below, and we will be happy to share that with you. As I say, I find it amazing. My wife, she needed her phone. Her phone was running out of juice. She was like, "Where's the charger? Where's the charger? I can't find the charger. I'm going crazy. I can't find the charger. Where's the charger? Where's the charger?" And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, like, that's what traders should be doing. Like, oh my God, what can I do to succeed as a trader? What can I do to succeed as a trader? Because again, people will find a charger and panic. People will panic to find a charger before their phone dies, but won't panic to find a plan before their dream dies. Don't panic. Push forward now. Let me help you. Let me drag you out of the endless abyss. I hope you guys enjoyed this little pep talk. Again, I have so much free content. You don't want to scan your credit card. You don't want to move towards that level. I'm sorry. I'll still try to help you as much as I can. Obviously, I can't share my trades with you that I'm doing intraday if you're not in the service, but I could help you out psychologically if you look out for our videos. If you want a good video, type in Newsbeat FOMO on YouTube, Newsbeat space FOMO, 2 words, and you'll get a free FOMO video. There's so much great content out there from people who genuinely want to help you. Take advantage of that. For life, baby. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat live trading broadcast and the Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 o'clock a.m. on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a